You've been on a protective hairstyle for a long time and yet you've not been able to see results. You've carried your protective hairstyle for 7 months, 6 months, but yet you have no tangible results. You've done mini braids, you've done twists, just like you've seen on social media, and you've seen everybody advise you to. You've carried it for 3 months, 6 months, but yet you have not been seeing any results, just like we have been saying. Now, here are the few things that you might likely need to start doing if you really want to start seeing results on your hair, so that you stop feeling down and saying, oh, I've been doing this and I'm not seeing results. Why don't you try out these two things I'm about to say? Number one is protecting your hair. When your hair is on a protective hairstyle, like mini braids or mini twists, do you just let your hair be without you moisturizing your hair? Do you just let your hair be without you protecting your hair on that particular protective hairstyle? You know, protective hairstyles are hairstyles we carry for long term. So we either have the long-term protective hairstyle or the short-term protective hairstyle. So no matter the protective hairstyle you are putting on, you need to make sure that you are able to protect your hair on that protective hairstyle. So now, what are the things that you ought to do to protect your hair on that protective hairstyle? Number one, you need to make use of satin scarves, hair bonnets, or silk pillowcases. That will help your hair to stop drying out and breaking even when it's on your protective hairstyle. Number two, you have to make sure that you moisturize your hair as often as possible on that protective hairstyle, because moisture is one of the things that you need to be able to retain so much length and keep your hair healthy and prevent your hair from breaking occasionally. Number three is you have to learn to tuck in your ends. Now, after you're done, flexing your protective hairstyle, whether mini braids or mini twists, whatever protective hairstyle you've been able to do so far, even your cornrows, after you're done doing them, please learn to protect them by tucking in your ends, probably before you sleep or when you're about to go out. If you don't want to take them out, please learn how to protect the ends by tucking them in. All right, so that it's going to affect your hair from having frictions on your clothes, your jewelries, and all of that. Because if your hair start having frictions or connections to them, it can start breaking your hair from the tip. So it's important you do what you tuck in your hair. Now, the fourth one is that even on that protective hairstyle, you have to make sure that you are not manipulating your hair so much. Like, you're not doing so much things to stress your scalp and your hair, even while it's on that protective hairstyle. Now, the second thing that you ought to do if you really want to see results on your protective hairstyle that you've been carrying for months, that you've not seen any result, but you intend seeing results, the second thing you ought to do is your detangling technique. Now, your takedown process is very important. How is your takedown process? How do you take down your hair on that protective hairstyle? Number one thing you need to know about taking down your hair on your long-term protective hairstyle or your short-term protective hairstyle is you being able to be patient during the process. A lot of you are impatient when taking down your hair. You're already tired. Oh, this hair is taking forever to take down. Please, you have to learn how to be patient to take down your hair. If at all you really want to see those lengths that you've retained over a couple of months that you've put in your hair in a protective hairstyle. So taking down your hair carefully is very, very, very important. Now, you can't just take down your hair dry. You have to make sure that you moisturize your hair very well before you take down your hair. I've tried those two processes and I've seen the difference it has done to my hair so far. I've tried taking down my hair when it's dry without any product, without any moisturizing, and I saw the amount of shedding and breakage I received on my hair after taking down just 2 strands. Then I went ahead to know that, oh no, I can't take down my hair like this. I need to make sure that my hair is moisturized before I can take it down. Now, the moment I moisturized my hair and started taking it down, I had less breakage, less shedding. I was just enjoying all of the process, and I was able to track the length that I've retained over a period of 3 months of locking in my protective hairstyle. So if you know that you've been doing a long-term protective hairstyle and you've not been seeing results, please kindly check out these 2 things I just mentioned. The first one is, how have you been keeping up with your hair? How have you been protecting your hair on that protective hairstyle? Have you been tucking in your ends? Have you been moisturizing your hair? Have you been making sure that you cover your hair with satin scarf or satin bonnets? Have you made sure that you're not manipulating your hair too much? Or on the other way, how has your takedown process been? been? Have your takedown process been so inconvenient? Has it been so hush hush? You know, your takedown process, like I said, is very, very important. So how have your takedown process been? Check it out and see if it has been one of the things that have affected you from retaining length. All right, guys, this is all I have to share with you concerning this, because I had a lot of people telling me that they've done protective hairstyle and they've not been able to retain so much length on their protective hairstyle. Now, these are the two things that I think that are more important, or something that one of the things that people have neglected in their process of, you know, putting in their protective hairstyle for them to be able to retain length. Like I will always tell you that your protective hairstyle does not grow your hair. What it does is that it helps you retain the length you've gotten over time, because apparently your hair is growing, but you need a hairstyle that will help you retain all of those lengths that it's having over a period of time. All right, guys, that's what I have to say. If you have something else to share, please do well to put that in the comment section. As usual, if this is your first time of seeing me, hi, my name is Pamela. Do well to click and subscribe and watch the amazing videos that I have linked up for those of you that really want to know how to grow your hair or your 4C hair. And also, if you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you've been enjoying every of the videos I've been dropping so far. And for those of you that have always taken it upon yourself to always comment on my videos, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, for sharing your desires, for sharing your for giving us some input, and for sharing your reviews so far concerning your hair care journey. The more we connect on the comment section, the more we get to get more answers, and other people get to learn also from your own experience. All right, guys, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that has been part of this journey so far. God bless you. All right, guys, see you in my next video. Bye bye.